The Met's next cinema transmission will be Thomas Adèsem's extraordinary new opera, The Exterminating Angel. It's coming to the Met after triumphant runs in Salzburg and London. Tom is joining me now, along with two members of his stellar ensemble cast, soprano Amanda Echalaz and tenor Joseph Kaiser. Hello.
Hello.
Tom, The Exterminating Angel is your interpretation of the classic 1962 surrealist film by Luis Buñuel about a nightmarish dinner party from which the guests can't seem to ever escape. How did you decide on this as the subject of your third opera?
Well, it was the only subject I wanted to do.
That's a good reason.
I always think when I go to an opera and they get into trouble, why don't they just go home? Why don't they just walk off the stage?
Right.
So this is that problem in its simplest form as a story, as if it's a fairy tale.
Oh, fantastic. Amanda and Joseph, you play the hosts of this dinner party from hell. Amanda, you've been with this production since its world premiere in Salzburg. How do audiences respond to it?
Well, I'd say in Salzburg and also in London, it's been phenomenal, the response.
That's good.
And it quickly became the hot ticket.
Good. Oh,
but
great.
I think what's really interested me is that audiences that I've spoken to, people that have been to the show, all have a totally different interpretation of what they've seen.
Okay.
And I think just the surreal nature of the piece means that it's really left up to the audience for what they want to see in it, what makes sense to them, what they feel.
Wow.
And so I think it's a very exciting experience to be an audience member.
Very, very nice. I like that. Joseph, this is an opera that features live sheep and one of the largest ensemble casts to ever play on the stage of the Met. What are some of the more unusual bits of stage action that you can share with us?
Well, the sheep are amazing. I got to pet them on the first day.
Are they well behaved?
Relatively. I mean,
Okay,
you know,
good.
there's some accidents here and there,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
nothing we can't fix.
Okay.
They're adorable. There's a bear, not a real bear, but a scary bear nonetheless.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, there's fire, there's water. But I really think the biggest element is, you know, these people, these hoity-toity, social graces filled
Right.
people that come in and then everything is stripped away. And it really does become like a nightmare, and you're
Yeah.
just, I don't know, you're left, it's survival, and you're left, I don't know, like looking for any sort of food,
Anything.
any sort of water,
Yeah.
things that were so precious at the beginning. Now you're just smashing into them because you just
Yeah.
have to live, you just have to survive.
The
Yeah.
cello gets very
Oh,
mistreated.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited for that. Tom, tell us a little about your score and some of the unusual instruments that are featured in it.
Well, to evoke the supernatural elements of it, I used
Right.
an electronic instrument, the onde
Okay.
martineau, which would be
Oh,
familiar
cool.
from things like early horror
Right,
movies.
right, yeah.
Sort of and it's like the voice of the invisible exterminating angel. So every time you hear it, you know something's happening, something is
Right.
up. It's like hearing the
Trouble's
wind.
moving.
Trouble is moving. And there's a lot of amusing percussion instruments. There's a big set of offstage drums, like the whole town drumming, which is something I took from
cool.
Spain. So.
That's very cool. Amanda and Joseph, what is it like singing Tom's music? You can
Well,
say it.
I think it would be fair to say that Mr. Adès writes very challenging
Yes.
vocal lines.
Yes.
So I always feel it's a bit like going to the gym and doing a really intense work.
Okay,
It's
for the
tough,
voice.
but at
Yeah.
the end you feel good.
When
Yeah.
you have
So-
great singers like Joe and Amanda, you can do this, you see, because they'll rise to the
Absolutely.
challenge.
But I think for the audience it's very exhilarating because you
Okay.
hear the voices at the real extremes.
Oh,
which
cool.
And it actually makes perfect sense, right? Because
Yeah.
these people are being pushed to their extremes.
Yep.
And so, of course, you want to hear and see an extreme, visceral reaction from them. What better way to do that than to sort of have people extended throughout their range? I love it, frankly. I really do. I love singing his music, and
We love
it's
it.
very hard.
We
No, but
love
it's
it.
true. It was, to be fair, it's hard to learn, but once
Right.
you have
It
it,
is.
then it just all makes sense. Kind of like Strauss, you know, like there's a way
Yeah,
that once
okay.
you know Strauss, it kind of feels like
Once you've
Mozart.
got the language,
This,
it's-
once you've got the language, it kind of feels like Strauss.
That's a good compliment. Tom, you will be conducting the performances as you did when your opera The Tempest premiered at the Met in 2012. How has the Met Orchestra been responding to this new score?
Well, we know each other very well, and
Right.
they've taken to it very quickly. They've recognized elements that they know, waltz and Bach, things like that. So just like with The Tempest, where the HD broadcast, the DVD, we all won a Grammy, so we're very pleased about that.
That's
so
right.
we hope this will be,
Yeah.
well, you know, there we go.
That's
Repeat performance.
Tom, Amanda, Joseph, thank you all for joining me. I really can't wait to see The Exterminating Angel in movie theaters on November 18th.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.